Rose Grenfell, the Peacemaker. The stories from popular culture about missionaries, such as David Livingstone, have upheld a narrative that white missionaries made non-Christian Africans civilized, but that is incorrect. Research has demonstrated the existence and impacts of work done by black missionaries before 1900, such as Lot Carey, Reverend Joseph Jackson Fuller, Amanda Smith, Peter Stanford, and Lucy Farrow. Rosanna Patience Edgerley married George Grenfell, a Baptist missionary, and became his lifelong helper. Rose was a black missionary who worked in the Congo. Her story is one of great courage and strength. It is time to shed light on the story of many black people such as Rose and the part they played in missionary work. George Grenfell was born in Cornwall. He was a formidable explorer. He established a printing press, taught brickmaking, treated the sick, did Bible translation, cartography, and was a Baptist missionary who worked along the Congo River and beyond the Kinshasa for the Baptist Missionary Society. The Family Search website states Rose was born in 1855, Victoria, Cameroon, and died in Harewood, Jamaica, 1928. Rose was among the first of a number of the Cameroon Jamaican Christian community who worked with the Baptist Mission Society as missionaries in Congo during the pioneering period. Rose and George first met when she was a member of the church in Victoria. She was the companion and helper of Mary Grenfell, George's first wife. Mary became seriously ill and died in early January 1877 after giving birth to a stillborn child. After the death of Mary, Rose continued as George's cook and housekeeper and married George in 1878. Sir Harry Johnson said she was a very remarkable woman and declares he knew Rose and George well. He recalls in 1883 that Rose spoke excellent French, Portuguese, Kishikongo, and Douala. He stated missionary wives have taken a special and successful interest in hospitals and dispensary work. They also instructed mothers on feeding their infants, provided a home for orphans, and tried to deal with the high mortality rate among children. Rose shared George's dangers, trials, and accompanied him for many of his adventurous journeys. George and Rose lived on a boat called Peace, which was their home for a number of years as they explored and charted the Congo River from what is now Kinshasa to Kisangani. The Peace was fitted with special shutters to protect the crew from arrows and spears because there were times when they were under attack. Each time the hostilities disappeared when they saw Rose on board, because in their wars they always sent the women into hiding, so they assumed the people on the Peace had peaceful intentions. Life as a missionary was not easy. Missionaries faced a number of perils at that time: malaria, black water fever, dysentery, mosquitoes, tsetse flies which carried sleeping sickness, tornadoes, hailstones and lightning. It took courage and strength to do missionary service in the Congo, knowing it was likely to be a one-way ticket to an early grave. The Congo had the highest death rate of missionaries, earning it the nickname, the shortcut to heaven. For many years, George and Rose journeyed back and forth, exploring planting mission stations, ferrying missionaries and supplies, helping to train new colleagues, looking after them when they were sick, and burying them when they died. Once they reached the Middle River station of Balobo, they established the base for the Peace Boat in 1888 and had a more permanent home on dry land. At Balobo, Rose had a few years of comparatively settled life. She no longer supervised the loading and unloading of supplies, then feeding her family and the crew. She kept chickens and goats and found time to start a primary school and a sewing class for women and girls. She won the confidence of the local women who brought their sick children to her and soon had a regular clinic before there was a proper dispensary and a trained nurse. People turned to Rose for support. She gained a reputation as a peacemaker. There was an incident where a fight was about to start between the Balobo people and the Free State soldiers, but the incident was eventually settled with the support of Rose. In another incident near the Grenfell's home, there was a drunken fight which started over a pot of beer. One group attacked with machetes and the others used their guns. During the fight, the cry went out that one of the men was dead and women started wailing. Rose rushed over, found the man was not dead but had fainted from shock at being hit and the sight of his own blood. She woke him and the women were happy. Officially as a missionary's wife, Rose did nothing, but indirectly she did a great deal to encourage peace.